What's up guys, welcome back to the channel, welcome back to another video. Hope you're all doing well and staying safe out there and not completely bored out of your mind. Today's going to be a quick little video. So we recently got asked a question on our Instagram about our Instagram, and it was, how do we get those white borders that we use around our Instagram photos? The answer is quite simple and easy. There are a few variations depending on how you want it to look, and there are a few little mistakes that you can make along the way that could ruin the quality of your pictures when you post them. So first of all, let's jump into Lightroom and I'll show you the first step of the process. Okay, so we've opened up Lightroom and you're going to go ahead and edit your picture, do all the color adjustments, whatever it is you want to do. I'm going to use this pic because it's just one of the more recent ones that I've edited. What we're going to do is, let's go for a crop, and on Instagram the best crop to get the most size in your picture, to get your picture covering the most amount of screen when people are scrolling through, you want to go for 4:5, and that's what we use on pretty much all of our Instagram pics. So I'm just going to line this up and then hit done, and now your Instagram pic is the right ratio for Instagram. And now what you do is go to File, Export, and choose wherever your location is. I'm going to name this PS4. Okay, and the next two steps are the most important ones for keeping those images sharp as they can be when you post them to Instagram. So you're going to want to keep your quality at 100, and then normally or previously we were resizing our photos so that they fit exactly for Instagram. Short edge is 1080 and that's the exact size that fits Instagram. But we have the correct aspect ratio for Instagram. The picture's just bigger currently. So instead of resizing it, I'm just going to keep it at its original size, and I will show you in a minute what size that is. And then we choose sharpen amount low and then export. So now that we have our photo exported, what I'm going to do is open it up in this program which we use, which is very similar to Photoshop except it's free and it's called GIMP. But the same applies in Photoshop. It's a very similar process. I would recommend GIMP though if you don't want to pay for Photoshop. And here's our photo imported, and you can see the size at the top. And because we didn't resize it, it is the full size, and that is 3648 by 4560. So what you don't want to do to try and create a border is this, dragging your image or resizing it again to try and create that border, because you're actually going to lose quality that way. We've tried a few different things and realized that once you export it out of Lightroom, if you drag it around and resize it again, you actually do lose a little bit of sharpness. What you want to do is this, go to Image, Canvas Size, make sure that this little thing is closed, so we're increasing the size of the canvas but keeping the aspect ratio the same. And what we're going to want to do is increase that to 3940 is the size that we use for our Instagram pictures. It's entirely up to you what size you want your border to be, how thick you want the white border to be around your pictures. And then what we do is hit center, and that centers the picture in the frame. And that's pretty much it for this step. The thing you're going to have to consider is the size of your actual image. This number up here that I showed when I imported the picture, yours may be smaller, it may be larger than that, so you're going to want to increase this. Obviously the number might be different for you, but just increase the number until you see the gap around here, and that will determine how big your border is going to be. So just increase it or decrease it depending on what you like the look of. And then when you're done, just make sure to hit center and resize. And now you can see that our photo has a border. For some reason it's not white though, and if that does happen, just hit layer, create a new layer, call it whatever you want, and just make sure that fill with white is selected at the bottom, and then hit OK. And you just want to move that layer below the other one. And there you go, you have the white border around your image. You just simply export it from here and upload it to your Instagram. If you're using different software, for example Photoshop, there definitely is a setting somewhere in it where you can resize the canvas, same as I done here. Or if you can't find it, just go to File, New on Photoshop, pick the size you want, import your picture and just center it, and you will have the border the same as I have. And if you do this with all your pictures and keep uploading consistently to Instagram, you will end up with a feed that looks like ours, where you have the bigger white borders in between the rows on your feed. If you choose the 4:5 aspect ratio like us, you won't be able to see the border on the top and the bottom when you're looking at the feed. Only when you click into the individual images will you see the picture that looks like this with the full border. If you want to have the borders viewable on the entire feed, you're going to have to use an aspect ratio something like 1:1, which means that the picture looks the same on the feed as it does when you click into it. But that's entirely up to you. So hopefully that was pretty easy to follow along. There are a few steps, and like I showed, there's a few variations depending on how you want it to look. But hopefully this was a little helpful. It's pretty simple, but it does make a huge difference to your Instagram feed, or at least we think. And anybody's feed that we look at who has them borders, I don't know, I just think it makes each individual picture kind of have its own little bit of space, whereas everything's crammed together. Make sure to follow us on Instagram too. The link will be on screen right now, or also probably in the description. And if this one was helpful, make sure to hit that thumbs up button. It really helps us out. I'm going to end this one here, guys, so make sure to stay safe, and as we always say, take it easy, don't be a stranger.
Check. The grills in my mouth double as a freeze. The grills in my mouth double as a freeze. The grills in my mouth.